What's next?
Good evening. I'm Jeff Koinange, and this is Jeff Koinange Live. And you know, if it's Wednesday, it's all about politics 101. What a week it's been. The start of this year, I tell you folks, you simply cannot make this stuff up. As we speak, Deputy President William Ruto and journalist Joshua Arabsang are in The Hague in what's been known as no case to answer part of the session. Can you believe it's been 8 years since the post-election violence? 8 years. And we're still moving on. Could this be the very end? Or what's in store? Also, the Eurobond list. What happened to that? And other issues, other topics, other themes that are dominating the headlines this week. On the bench today, it's a full bench, I'll tell you that much. The bench is so full, there's no room for anyone else but these two heavy hitters. On the far right, the man who talks about procuring instead of procuring. Dr. David Matta has been on the ICC case from day one. He has said very consistently that the cases were procured. His Twitter handle is @Matsanga_DR. The man in the middle, we are welcoming him back to television because this man calls it like he sees it, without fear or favor. That's right, he's rolling up, rope-a-dope style. My man in the middle, Benji Ndolo. His Twitter handle is @BenjiNdolo. Mine, of course, is @Koinange Jeff. We are using the hashtag Politics101. Gentlemen, good to see you.
Good evening, sir.
Welcome to the show.
Happy New Year.
Welcome back to TV.
Good to see you.
Happy New Year to you too.
Asante sana.
Thank you very much.
Matanga,
Yes.
you look like you're just happy to be on TV. You just look like you're always happy to be on TV.
For 8 years?
You've been consistent.
Yes.
Whether you're telling the truth or lying, you've been consistent.
I have never lied. My prophecy is still here with you.
Real quick, Benji, I'll start with you.
Yes, sir.
The Hague, ICC, this part, I mean, we've been back and forth for 8 years, my brother. 8 years.
Terrible. Just demonstrative of what Kenya is. A country unable to move forward, unable to make progress. Why? 8 years, America's had the best president come and now go. We're still not sure who did what. Bogged down in The Hague. Bad for the economy, bad for the country, lots of uncertainty. But hey, it's our country. Worst thing about it, Jeff, this could be the rock, Republic of Kenya. And that's what we're here to do, to try to get this country moving again, to try to talk about the real issues, to try to get the truth, all right? Not all this posturing and lying and special interests and what have you, and think of Mwananchi and the country first.
Matanga,
Yes.
the no case to answer. Is there no case to answer? The way you look at it, and you've been looking at it for 8 years.
Yes.
How is it for Deputy President William Ruto right now and journalist Joshua Arabsang? How good, how bad is it?
Once you are called and you have made submissions, written submissions, 95 pages. The chief prosecutor made 140 pages. And the judges call you back for oral observations.
Submissions.
Submissions. It means there is something which is not tying. Any lawyer will tell you the judges want to find exactly things that are missing so that they make their story.
Are you saying that there could be a case to answer at the end of this week or whenever the judges get the summary? You think there will be a case to answer?
Look at 1 billion euros
Spent.
426 million euros on Kenyan fake cases.
Come on.
Look at that. Yeah, I'm telling you.
You have the numbers?
Oh yes, I was in the SP. I got all the facts.
You're an SP heckling.
Yes.
Correct.
That's why they went wrong.
And
There was a lot of heckling at the SP.
By these guys?
There was a lot of cheering,
Look,
a lot of misbehavior.
This guy,
and Ruto could get
you
caught.
better control him because he's civil society. I talk like
It's not about civil society.
an international point of view. Wait,
It's about truth.
426 million euros wasted on fake witnesses.
Okay, let me ask you this, Matanga, real
No,
quick.
wait,
Let me
what
ask
has
you,
happened?
I understand that
Yes.
money spent. Break it down for us as Kenyans.
Yes.
Or better yet,
Yes.
for 2-year-olds.
Yes.
Is Ruto in trouble?
Going by the events, the way I saw the defense putting their defense, because they are the people who asked for no case to answer, they must come out vigorously and stamp authority over the judges. But a judge intercepting you or interrupting you for almost 19 times, saying hello, hello, it means you are not flowing the subject very well.
Benji,
There is a problem.
Is Ruto in trouble?
I think Ruto's in trouble. That's what Matsanga is saying in so many words.
Yeah.
My issues with Matsanga is, for example, fake witnesses. Was he part of the procurement? Are you confusing prepping a witness to appear in a court with paying that witness, any facilitation as procurement? I think all of this is reckless. I think it flies in the face of international justice. From the beginning, there were clear demarcations by the court that suspects should not be in contact, that they should respect the court. When you go around doing prayer meetings, when you go around name calling and doing all of this stuff, Matsanga himself, by his own admission, and I've been, on radio with him before, admitted to, outing witnesses, exposing who these witnesses were.
Yeah.
So I think that he should be worried that any of these warrants that have come down on Baraza and etc. could actually have one that says David Matsanga. I think not, but it wouldn't be.
But it's very likely, by the way.
It wouldn't be far.
Can I come in?
Go
I
on.
think this guy lives on the moon. Matsanga was investigated. I think these are some of the Kenyans who have brought problem to this country. Yes, younger man, wait. There is a problem here. My case was investigated. It is true. Mr. Witness, OTP4.
That you found him.
Yeah, OTP4.
And outed him.
Can I speak?
You outed him.
He said, quote, I found him on Facebook.
Yes, he was on Facebook. A witness cannot
playing with
be...
fire, my friend.
No, don't worry. My case is closed. Can I show you the documents? I'll show you. I wish I carried them here.
Maybe you should show
I'm the
Museveni.
only one, I'm the only person that court cannot touch because I'll throw it down.
You throw the court down?
Oh, yes.
You?
Do you know what they told me?
What did they tell you?
When they interviewed me for 6 hours, Saitoti arrested me, put me in Fairview Hotel
No.
for 3 days.
No.
I was a captive of the ICC. This guy does not know. I was interviewed by 3 days. You will agree with me. I gave them all the evidence. They also gave me all the names of all people whom they use here in Kenya. And then later on, when the case went to the appeal chamber wrote to me a 2-page letter saying that Matsanga, now you have this audio tape as your evidence, but should you ever discuss this audio tape with anybody else, you'll go for 5 years.
But you just discussed it right now.
Look, you just
discussed
I
it
have
right-
not discussed, do you know it?
Welcome
you know
to
how
the
it
bench.
looks like?
No, I'm just saying.
You know how it looks
but
like?
Matsanga-
I am telling you that I will never, I never saw any witness.
But but what Benji just said, the warrants of arrest, which are likely to
Let
be
them
coming.
come, bring it on. 5 years is nothing. We shall stand for the truth. This court is a flawed case. Court, Koinange, I was the first person in Africa to be in this court. When Ben Doro was in primary school. In 2005, where were you?
Was
you
that,
were still in
was that
in
with
college.
you and Konyi, or was
Yes,
that something else?
I went to court. The court went to Kampala to investigate 2 sides. The Uganda country is the first country. People ask me silly questions these days. Well, how did you get involved? That's how I got involved. I reached the ICC in The Hague. Judge Peter Cowles put me in the door.
Okay, let's come back to reality,
Yes.
which is what's happening right now. Benji,
Yes.
what are the possible scenarios after well, today, Katwa Kigen,
Yeah, I saw him.
Yeah, you saw him?
Yeah.
And he was interrupted a lot by Judge Osuji.
It's difficult. They look cornered.
Yeah.
It looks like the court is convinced that there's issues that haven't been concluded. The risk with this, Jeff, is, this could go downhill. This could go downhill for case number 1. Remember, Ruto's is case number 1,
Yeah.
and the president's case was case number 2, alleged retaliation. And so I think it's very serious, the allegations. I think it opens a can of worms. Because if these guys get really cornered, I think worst case scenario, it could reopen the other case. That's what nobody's talking about.
Oh, implications for case number 2?
I mean, they'll say, look, and the argument's going to go this way. Do you want to tell me that for all this mess that happened, 2 people did it? That's what they're going to say.
Matanga, do you agree with that? Could they come
That's what
back?
they're gonna say.
Rule 68.
And that's why it wasn't an acquittal.
I think for the first time I can begin to agree with this
Young man.
No, my friend, my comrade.
Yes.
Yes, if Rule 68 goes through,
Which is use of recanted evidence.
because most of the witnesses in the case of President Uhuru Kenyatta came from work envelope. The witnesses from Ruto are not mostly from Waki. There were few from Waki. So if this case, Rule 68, that's why some of us, this man calls this heckling. We had to fight Giladiwel Otieno.
Get to the point.
Yes. If that rule, if the judges rule that it can be used, Besuda will be on the flight again to claim he wants to resuscitate the case of the president.
No.
That's why we have...
Can she do that?
Well, yes, she left it open. And Ruto is going to be judged on Rule 69.3. 69.3 can even bring in anybody, including you.
And that's a good point.
Yes.
So these guys went to ASP and to New York, running all over the place, chanting, heckling, doing everything.
Yeah.
All right? I did some research. Rule 68, when the interests of victims are affected, the court shall allow their views, blah, blah, blah. That's what they were fighting. Well, listen to Rule 69. Rule 69 of the ICC permits a chamber to consider alleged facts as proven where the prosecutor and defense agree that the alleged fact, in parentheses, which may be contained in the charges, the contents of the testimony of a witness or other evidence, end quote, is not contested. The chamber retains discretion to order a more complete presentation of the alleged facts if it is of the opinion, this is very important, that this is in the interest of justice and in particular the interest of victims. See where this is going?
And exactly.
So even if they fought 68,
Yes,
what about 69?
let me tell you.
Go on.
That's exactly what I've said. I don't need to read. This is not for me. It's here.
That's fine.
To show you.
It's in your head.
Oh, that's what I said, and he concurred with me. He came up with paper as if I'd been looking at his notes. That's how powerful I am on this one. Let me tell you,
Yes.
Rule 68,
Yes.
if allowed,
Yes.
as he said is correct, it could resurrect the president's case.
There
And
you go.
Let's be very honest.
How bad is that?
That is,
Are you serious?
yes. If we
Smoking.
the Ruto case currently, and let's be very frank, you see part of the problem is people around these people are telling lies. And why they hate some of us is because we tell the truth. Rule 69.3 is where Osuji is. You saw the way he was asking
His
questions
body language today.
Yes,
His body language.
yes. He is
Thank you.
going
Yes.
to concentrate on 69.3. And that is where Ruto case, that is where the Ruto can must hammer the heart. Don't fumble.
Speaking of Ruto, Karim Khan, his lead counsel, you think he's ready for tomorrow? You think this is the day he's been preparing for all this time?
I think this is a tough case. It's now hedged on technicalities, as I saw today.
No
Jeff.
performance?
It's about, defining a network, defining, I think they're past probable cause. They're into defining a network. They're
the hierarchy.
into looking at the hierarchy and also any evidence of what Sang could have said on radio, etc. It's very tough. Karim looks stressed out, I think for good reason. And like I said, if they get nailed, it's only logical that they don't go down alone.
Yes. Let me tell you.
Matanga,
Yes.
By the way, is there plea bargaining? Because then they'll say,
No,
look,
no. There is no pre-bargaining there.
And someone
The
cries like a canary.
Yeah,
The ICC,
exactly.
the ICC cannot do pre-bargaining.
They cannot.
There is nothing in the statute.
Can Karim Khan come out tomorrow? Can he come
Look
out
at-
guns blazing?
Let me tell you.
What guns?
This
What
is a
guns?
court. This is a court without a jury. And look at it.